Hello, all. Welcome to the live stream. I am so excited to talk about this movie because, as y'all know, if you're a subscriber to me, if you've seen my stuff, you've most likely seen my alien videos. So, it was going to happen. I was probably going to end up talking about it. I already knew beforehand. But at the same time, please let me know that you are here. I have a list of things to talk about, and I wrote them down so that I could keep myself on track because I don't want to get too off track. There's some things that I did want to make sure I mention, but also leave space to talk with my viewers about. So, yeah, if you are here, please let me know. As anyone knows, I do like to interact with my people, whether it's during the live or after the fact, or even in my regular videos that I post. I always like to interact because I'm super grateful to have viewers, and having a gaming channel is a very competitive thing. I totally forgot about that. And yeah, I even put on makeup for this occasion, which I don't typically do for my videos, except maybe like a lip or something, but just want to make sure I look good. This is my first live discussion on my gaming channel. If you follow my Mel the Scientist channel, I've done, a couple lives on other things like going to Comic Con. Well, my version of Comic Con in DC for the first time, like birthday streams and things like that. But for my gaming channel, this is my very first live discussion. And I felt that it would be appropriate to be an alien movie. Thank goodness one came out this year. And boy, oh boy, was it a really good one. Although I will say, I'll tell you why I have despite how I objectively feel about it, I did pay, okay, so I paid for the IMAX experience because I was like, you know what, whatever. I already knew I was going to be talking about it on my channel. So I was like, I want to make sure I get the best viewing experience that I can. So I paid for the IMAX. That was like $25. And I walked into the theater and I was the only one in there. I cannot stress to you how awesome that was. So yeah, I enjoyed the film. I would probably enjoy any film if I was the only one in an IMAX theater. So yeah, it's gonna be a little biased. At the same time, it was objectively very good, and I'm pretty sure the world agrees with that. So I know it's only one person in here, so I'm gonna wait for a little bit. Just kind of, let me see. What do I have? Welcomes and thank yous. Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Even if you are playing this back, still let me know in the comments that you watched and enjoyed the film, because I'm going to be putting questions in the chat anyway for you to be able to answer. And I want you to answer. So, please let me know how you felt about it, because I know my subscribers are Alien fans, because my first video is the Aliens Fireteam Elite video, the first mission of the game, and that is my most watched video to date so far. So I know that most of y'all are Alien fans. And in fact, I literally just had someone who commented on the video some days ago, and they were like, "Hey, Romulus came out, made me want to watch some Alien videos," and that's how I came across yours. And I was like, "Bet." I love when that works. I love when movies and TV, whatever, helps push my channel forward. I didn't mean to have that be the first video on my channel. It's just that when I played Aliens Fireteam Elite, it was like one of the best games I ever played, and it helped me get my shooting skills up. So I felt like it would be an appropriate game for me to show off how much more talented I've become at shooting. I love horror in general, and I think that game made me an Alien fan, to be honest. Because I think the first Alien movie that I actually watched in life was Prometheus. I think I want to say that. I think it was Prometheus, and then Covenant. I think those were the first two Alien movies I saw. And yeah, and that was that for a long time. And then I played Aliens Fireteam Elite, and I was like, this is amazing. If you haven't played it, play it. It's on Xbox Game Pass right now. Oh no, it's not on Xbox. I bought it off Xbox Game Pass, so I have it. But you should be able to find it in other places. They should sell it, and I also see it in stores all the time, so you can definitely pick it up. It's a really great game. It's worth the money. And let me see. I'll get into all the games that I played because I played a lot of Alien games. That's basically majority of my gaming content. All right, still got some people trying to come in, hopefully. I try to pick a good enough time. I usually do stream on Mondays or post on Mondays on my gaming channel. So I figured this might be a great time. Now I know this is a holiday. Happy Labor Day to everyone, by the way. But I don't know what you're doing, but if you tune in, that would be really, really great. If you are new to the channel, and whether you're watching right now or in the playback, if you are new, I'm currently at 88 subscribers right now, and I only need 12 more to reach 100. So please like and subscribe and help me reach 100. That would be really cool. My birthday is coming up. It's October 10th. Like I said, I'm an October baby, and it's coming up really soon. I'll be 26. Very excited about it. Oh my god, please don't freeze. I'm seeing my playback on YouTube. Yeah, so StreamYard is like, until I can find something better, I'm gonna have to stick with StreamYard because like the Wi-Fi in my house is kind of atrocious. It operates on a distance basis. So like the farther you are away from it, the less, the less connection you'll get. And my room is not even that far away from it, but like if I was on the other side of my room, I'd get better connection. Like that's how petty it is, unfortunately. So if you do, if there are any types of like, pauses or freezes, I really do apologize for that. I can't, I don't know what else is better at this point. I'm still trying to figure it out. So until then, I'll stick with StreamYard. I don't see myself doing another movie review on this channel for a while. So, honestly, we'll probably just have to do this, grin and bear it, and move on. Okay, starting to ramble. If you would like to follow my social media, then you can go to the featured section of my Mel the Gamer channel, and you can click on the Mel the Scientist channel and find all of the links in my bio. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter /X, and TikTok. I try to post. I do what I can. I'm just not someone who likes to post. I really don't. But I did originally post like videos of, or like thumbnails of my videos and things like that. I also post like pictures of me in cosplay at Comic Cons I attend and things like that. Also like random pics of me at work, when I do get them taken. But yeah, please follow. The more followers I get on my channel, not channel, on my social media, I'll start to post a lot more. I'd probably tweet more so that I can give out like updates, or how I've like things that need to be said, or like in a time constraint, or if I'm trying to get the word out about a live stream that's happening or anything else, or if I'm just reposting some anime stuff, or whatever, then definitely follow for that, so that I can be motivated to that. I'm not currently motivated for that, but I will if I see higher numbers. And let's see. Oh yeah, they're also listed on this banner across the screen right now, so you can follow those. And like I said, I do have TikTok. I have been trying to, how YouTube has those clips where you can like clip a video. I'm gonna try and see if I can, like, I know Patreon does it, but I don't know if I can use those YouTube clips, but I've been trying to like screen record, like funny or scary moments from my gameplays and be able to post them on like TikTok and try and bring in some more people or maybe Instagram and things like that. So I'm working on doing that. I just have to, like I said, find the motivation to do it. If one day the spirit moves me to just post, then that's what I'll do. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm just not a posting person. I'm really not. But I will try if there's enough, there's enough people out there who want to see that. All right, it is still pretty. I have had lives where I have literally just talked to myself, and that's what I'm doing right now. But I'm doing this for the people on who are watching the playback right now. So this is for you. I don't want to just be like on here in awkward silence and messing my throat up trying to talk. So this is for y'all before I get into the alien content. But I can clearly see how many people are watching right now. So I have literally talked to myself before because I don't have nearly enough subscribers to have that dedicated of a fan base yet. So I know perfectly well what I'm going into. So like I said, if you are watching this in the playback, please like and subscribe. It's super awkward, but I don't care. I don't care. I really wanted to talk about it. And I worked hard to write down all these points about it. So let me see what else. Yes, I also have a Patreon. I'm about to bring that banner up. Okay, so yes, you can support my Patreon. It's patreon.com/melthescientist. I think the M, T, and S are capitalized. I kept them lowercase, but it should still work. If you do that, the Patreon link is also on my Mel the Scientist channel as well. You can click on that. And I have two tiers. So you can become a member to either one of these. So there's a $3 a month where you can get some reactions to stuff that you won't see on my Mel the Scientist channel at all, and some extra side content. So these are going to be videos that I either thought I was going to put on YouTube and just decide to not put it on YouTube and put it on Patreon, or just things that I are exclusively Patreon, like things that I want that I know won't jive well with the algorithm. So I'll just keep it on Patreon, that kind of thing. But there's also the $5 tier, and I do have one member, so I'm super gassed about that still. It's been like 2 months since I had my first Patreon member, and I've been posting to make up for that because I had a couple videos on there, but I wasn't really doing much. But I did get a supporter, and they are on the 5 tier right now. And that is where you'll get the Mel the Gamer videos, and those will be videos that I feel won't do so well on my Mel the Gamer channel. Like for instance, my Resident Evil 2 gameplay is, I think that has racked up the lowest views on my channel so far. So I have that on my YouTube, which is still for there for people to watch and enjoy, even if it does end up getting a lot of viewers. But I think I'm going to keep Resident Evil stuff on Patreon, just from what I saw so far. So I have the entirety of Resident Evil 3 on my Patreon right now. I have 6 parts in total, and you can see all of that, but you have to subscribe to the $5 tier one, the silver tier. So I have the bronze tier and the silver tier. I'm trying to figure out what my gold tier would be. So in the meantime, I'm gonna have a bronze and a silver. If I feel like there needs to be more or less, then I'll switch up the metal rankings. But yeah, so the silver tier is where you'll find the Mel the Gamer videos that I feel will be better served on Patreon and probably won't do as well on the Mel the Gamer channel. And you'll still get all the other content as well. And you get to see a whole other side of me. And I curse a lot more over there. At least I think I do. I think I do. So yeah, please go ahead and support that. That link is there. What else was I trying to talk about? Um, let's see. So before we get into the movie, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. And also for those of you who don't know, I am an actual scientist. I'm currently a lab technician at uh, the Carnegie Institute for Science here in Washington D.C. And I so what a lab technician does is they make solutions, they test lab equipment, they keep everything functional. Um, in my case, I'm managing the whole lab by myself. That's not usually a lab tech's job, but I have multiple roles due to my unique position at where I'm at. So I have a lot of responsibilities, but the science part of it, I do. I make solutions. I make chemicals to use for labs and things like that, and I implement labs, mostly molecular biology labs. So I've done, PCR, bacterial transformation. About to do a CRISPR lab this week. So yeah, pretty fun stuff. And I work for the education arm of the organization. So I mostly have these labs conducted and implemented for educational purposes, and so it's pretty fun. I can talk a lot more about that if you want. So you can always ask me any questions about that, like on the scientist or gaming channel. So yeah. But I wanted to start my gaming journey, and what was it? So I think I did it in 2022, like about a year after I started my, maybe almost a year after I started my gaming channel. But I really wanted to have a gaming channel because I feel like it would be really cool to see how well it would do and just also have fun and express myself in ways that I wouldn't be able to on my Mel the Scientist channel. And I've been having a great time so far. Like I said, I'm at 88 subscribers, and I've been having a ball. But I would love to reach 100 and eventually 1,000. That would be really cool. And I've been a little bit more active on my gaming channel because I've been trying to get it up and post more on it. And really, because I'm so busy at work, sometimes I have more energy to play games versus reactive videos. It's a completely different thing. So it's basically just me, recording my free time. And so that's kind of where I start posting a bit more. I've been, like I said, each year I get a little bit busier. And I actually have something else that I'm prepping for that I won't share until I hear, results from that. So in the meantime, yeah, bigger things are also in place for me. So thank you so much to everyone who's heard me ramble for the past 18 minutes. But getting on to the movie itself. So, initial thoughts on it. So, like I said, I had a pretty biased experience. I paid for the IMAX and I was in the theater entirely by myself. I already had ordered my ticket the night before, so I already put myself in the best seat in the theater. So, it was a optimal situation for me. I didn't have, any distractions. I got to just enjoy it in a big room by myself, and it was pretty awesome. But I also thought, like, while I was as soon as I left the theater, I was like, this is like a top 3 movie. And like I got online and I found out that the rest of the world pretty much agrees with that. But I mean, like, it's objectively good. It's objectively very good. And like as part of the Alien franchise, I mean, I just think it's even more impressive because usually these days when people are doing continuations of a franchise, they end up sucking very badly. And I I had faith from when I saw the trailer that this would be a good movie. I didn't know who Fede Alvarez was. I think I had only seen Don't Breathe, and even then I didn't know that he, did that movie. That's still the only movie besides Romulus that I've seen, at least in completion. And that was a good movie. I do like Romulus a lot more. Don't Breathe is a good movie. Not my kind of horror though, but I liked it. Um, but yeah, I saw the trailer and I was like, this gives me very Alien Isolation vibes. And I was like, I really hope that's kind of like the direction they go. And it kind of did, like a little bit. Like the storyline wasn't exactly Alien Isolation, but it was it's like a cousin. It's kind of like a cousin of that. But I mean, obviously he knows about Alien Isolation because we'll talk about the things that he puts in there that I was like gagged over. I cannot believe that he did that. So, yeah, as a an Alien fan or newly found Alien fan for like about a couple years now, I was very excited to see, and someone who's watched all the movies at this point now. So I've seen all the movies, and we're gonna do a ranking as well. I have a tier list ready for us to go over that. But yeah, it was initial thoughts. It was like it was really good. I give it a I'm trying to figure out whether I give it a 8.5. It's between an 8.5 and 9 out of 10. I'm trying to figure out how what I feel about it. I have to watch it a second time to secure my rating because I was gonna give it a 9, but I was like a 9 is like 1 point away from a 10, and I'm just like, was it that almost perfect? And I need to remember. I need to see it again so that I can figure out why, what ranking to give it. Yeah, it's between an 8.5, and I think an 8.5 is too low because that's a B. It's like a middle B, and it's definitely a B plus at the lowest. So it would have to be like an 87, 88, or 8, yeah, 8.7, 8.8 at the lowest, and like a 9. I'd even say like a 9.2 maximum. So yeah, it's definitely it's a high B, A minus range. I give it that. It's really good. And I just watched Alien and Aliens today so that I could compare in terms of um, the other two, because like I said, it's a top 3 movie, but I had to see the other two again in order to like conclude that. And it's definitely true. And I actually think that Romulus is a little bit better than those movies at a couple things, and we'll get into those. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is start out with the cons. The cons were okay. So like when I was watching, I was thinking about maybe going to see it again before I did this live stream. And as much as I wanted to, I was just too tired. I'm way too tired. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of things right now, and also the metro in DC right now is just kind of acting up, and they're not finished doing some certain things, so it's harder for me to get to the theater because of the the extra lines that they're putting in right now, train lines and stuff. So there's like a whole shuttle situation, and it's just extra, and it takes a lot more time to get there than originally. So it just, yeah, I can't be bothered sometimes. But I was considering going to see it again so I can solidify my thoughts. But I still remember basically all of it, and I stick with my rating. But I need to watch it again so I can figure out where it truly lands in that discussion. So, all right, yeah. So cons. So when I was watching, I don't know about you, but there were. So I grew up watching movies with closed caption, and so I'm very much used to that. And there were moments where I honestly cannot understand what they were saying. Like maybe it's the IMAX experience. Like maybe it was, I don't know. I've never felt like I couldn't understand what they were saying. It's not that I couldn't hear them, but sometimes it was just a little mumbled, like they were speaking, and I was like, "Wait, what they say?" And that happened a lot in the beginning for me. A little bit in the middle, but mostly in the beginning. Like I was like, "What they just say?" And it wasn't for accents or anything. It was literally I just could not understand like what they were saying. Like it was, and I know they weren't mumbling. I just feel like I think it was the IMAX experience, IMAX, and the whole surround sound, all that stuff that I think made me not be able to understand it clearly. So, but when I see it again and I still feel that way, then I would probably take a point off for that. I felt like I needed closed captions for most of it. It was fine in the rest of the movie, but in the beginning for sure, like I could not understand what they were saying. Also the character, the character who was the cousin that hated Andy, the android, I didn't care too much for his personality. And we get why he feels that way, because his mom had died because an android made a decision that just said F her, basically, and some other people. And so I totally understand that. But I was just watching Aliens today, and you know how, Ripley, when she finds out that Bishop is a synthetic, she's like, whoa, what the heck? Like, why'd you put him on the ship? But like, she's never hostile towards him. Like, she suffered a traumatic experience where she saw everyone die because Ash made the decision to bring the organism in, and that killed everyone. So she obviously distrusts them for like ever. But she was slightly dismissive, but she never bullied him. She was like, yeah, stay away from me. But she never went out of her way to like get in his face or do anything. I was like, because I feel like even without that, I felt like he was kind of an asshole anyway. Like, I feel like this is just his personality, and he just so happened to lose his mother, which didn't help anything. So I think yeah. I mean, I guess you gotta have characters like that. But then I think about Godzilla minus one, and how you literally rooted for everybody. Like, there wasn't a single character you didn't root for. And I was like, okay, well, that can be done. You don't have to have villains in a movie. You don't have to have people with nasty attitudes. Like, you can have a great movie and not have, and have a movie where you're rooting for everyone and you're cheering for everyone. So I felt like they could have made this. They could have like gone down on like his demeanor. It was a little annoying. I was like, yeah, I get it, but like she didn't have to be a dick to him. I mean, he didn't have to be a dick to him. Just like she was like, why is he being that way? And then the girl was like, well, a synthetic killed his mother or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I get that, but yeah, obviously he's not out to get you in this moment. It's just like, yeah, just calm down. You can be cautious, but you don't have to be on the offense. So I feel like, I mean, now that we've seen movies like Godzilla minus one, like, there are movies where you don't have to have an asshole all of the time. It gets annoying, and I personally just don't care for that anymore. So yeah, I just kind of want movies to tell stories. They always say that the human element should be super strong, and sometimes I agree with that, but sometimes I just want to move the story along. I don't know. I'm one of those people. I don't really care sometimes. Just give me some good horror and call it a day. I'm one of those people. So, I think those were the only cons that I had. I don't really think I had any others. I'm trying to think of it, but like, let me know. Let me know what you thought about that. Um, let's see. Pros were basically everything else about it. I liked it a lot. I made a lot of faces. I have extreme poker face. I also have severe RBF as well. Like, I can stare at something and just like, I always rate it where it's like, if my face doesn't change, like if I'm just watching a movie like this and I'm being attentive, but like if my face doesn't change, that means I didn't feel anything. And if I didn't feel anything, then I feel like I wasted my time. And that's how I felt with Alien 3 and Resurrection, but mostly 3. 3 was trash. And we're going to get into that later in the ranking. But yeah, like, if I'm uh just watching a movie and I feel like I want time to go faster, then it's not good, obviously. But this movie definitely did not do that. Like, they were in trouble from like the moment they stepped on to the moment it was over. And also, like, in terms of time frame, like, they're on a ship that's about to hit the um either an asteroid belt or the planet's rings. It's something like that. It's either one of those. But like, they originally have 32 hours until it hits, but then, like, they get shifted and they only have 47 minutes left. Like, I like that kind of stuff. Like, I love when they're in trouble for more reasons than one. So it's not just like there's an alien on board. Like, they actually have to get out of there anyway. So it then becomes another obstacle that they have to think about. And I love that kind of stuff. Like I love layers of trouble that they have to get out of. So I felt like it was, it was a nightmare for them, and I like that. So let me see. What else? Oh, practical effects. Like let me show you this. I have to show you this because in case you haven't seen this before. Let me pull this up. Hold on. This. Do you see this? This is real. This is they made this. This is crazy. Like I could you imagine having to act like with that right in front of your face? Like I I would assume it was gonna God forbid, and it does move actually now that I think about it. Oh my god, it does move. So like imagine you're sitting there and it's moving and it's acting like a real xenomorph. Like I it's over for me. I don't let's just say the reactions would be real. Like if you actually scared me with that, like cuz sometimes directors like to scare actors for real to get a real reaction out of them. And this would have been the movie to do that. Like I mean, you know what? Not really cuz I feel like someone would have probably had a heart attack. But yeah, I don't look at that. I mean, the detail. Like I remember that in the movie. Like that whole scene and everything. Like it's taller than both of well, of course it's taller than them, but look at this. This is ridiculous. And I'm so glad. And this was my problem with 3. I think there was only I want to say there was only one scene in Alien 3 where the alien was real. I feel like that joint was CGI the whole time. Yeah, I feel like it was CGI the whole time, and it was not very good either. Like if you watch that movie again, I was like, no, no, this isn't good. I just finished watching Aliens, and some of their CGI was a little hit and miss as well. Which I know, now that times are, better movie effect wise, like this movie, obviously, whatever CG effect they had, I couldn't really notice it. Except for, you know what, it was kind of easy to tell that they weren't in outer space. Like, it was kind of obvious that there was like a green screen. Like, I don't, maybe it's just because maybe it's the IMAX experience. Like I said, like it was a big screen. So, and then like it doesn't really, I don't know. But that wasn't nearly enough to take a point away for that. Yeah, this movie definitely had some of the best like effects, practical effects. Definitely of this year, for sure, for sure. Um, don't freeze on me. Don't freeze on me. I'm watching it freeze. I'm gonna wait. Okay. So yeah. My apologies again about Wi-Fi connection, but yeah, it was. Look at this. This is crazy, man. Like I had to get some photos so that we could talk about this. Like that whole part was real. Like the thing that it went out of. I mean, not that it was it actually in there? No, I felt like it was just the head that came out, and then its body is just out the next scene. I think I want to say, but yeah, I can definitely tell that the acting was solid because they were seeing that for real. So I mean, like in Alien One, that thing is real too. Yeah. Okay. So also, this might be a little controversial, but this movie's practical effects, I think, surpassed the first Alien. Yeah, maybe even Aliens, because I just saw Alien today this morning, and there were scenes where like there was one scene where the alien is just like it just kind of moves across, but it's not walking. Like it just kind of was like pushed, and I was like, that ruined it because it was obviously like pushed across. Like, I mean, it was slow, but like it moved. It was like it glided. I was like, no, nah. So that wasn't convincing. The rest of it was still good though, but also like back in the day, practical effects were still really great, but kind of like the way they did them was like kind of mechanical like, so it wasn't very fluid. And I know that's just a victim of the time period, So, you can only excuse it for, for that reason. So the practical effects were still really good in those movies. It's just like they're super mechanical and you kind of like when you know better, you know better. But with this movie, like just like how with The Offspring, that's a real dude in case you didn't know. The poor girl that gives birth to the offspring xenomorph, that tall ass thing. That's a real guy. That's like a 7'7" basketball player. And like he's in that outfit. Like I love that they committed. Like they like back in the day they used to get like super tall people or they used to get, short people and like they achieved the effect that needed to be achieved. And that's what Hollywood is not doing anymore. So I'm so glad Fede Alvarez and his team, like I'm glad they were like, you know what? We can't we can't bullshit people at this point. We're trying to make a good film. This film is supposed to be a part of one of the most legendary franchises ever. Like, we need to bring it. And I'm so glad he had sense enough to know what to do. So I'm just glad that he had sense enough, and he did what you're supposed to do with movies as time goes by. They're supposed to be better, or they're supposed to be just as good, but in even in surpassing in certain ways that the previous period couldn't do before. So I was just happy to see that. I was like, finally, someone is doing what needs to be done, and we shouldn't even be praising it so much, but we have to because no one else is doing it right. And it's just a shame. It's like people are just making cash grabs and they're just so obvious cash grabs. Like, this was great. And it was made by someone who actually likes the franchise. So much so that he incorporated like parts from just about like every good part about the franchise was you know, I think was paid homage. Even the game, even Alien Isolation. And such a cool, oh my god, I have to talk about this. Let me bring this up. I have this picture too. See, look at this. Look, that dude is actually that tall in comparison to her. I don't know. I mean, maybe they did some slight scale adjusting, to make her look shorter, I guess. Because you can do that because they did that in Lord of the Rings, which was also pretty groundbreaking, of course, because that was like 2000. So that was amazing for that time period. But like this, I mean, they actually put a real life tall ass dude in a suit. And he's really like that skinny, like that. It's just all worked out. And when I first saw this, I was when I made this, I was like, and I was the only one in the theater, like, and I still made that face when I saw it. It was like, oh, he just looked so creepy, just standing there on the side, just like, oh god, you should watch this movie. It's actually really great. Even if I'm spoiling the reveal, it's still scary. Like, see it in motion. Please see it in motion. Like, it it was great. But what was I about to show you? This, if you've played Alien Isolation, you know dang well that the safe station is easily the most important part of the game. And when I saw this in it was one scene where she was standing next to the emergency station. I was like, is that the I was like, is that the safe station from Isolation? I was like, say it ain't so. Because I was like, maybe he's paying. Because I thought maybe the safe station in Isolation was in previous movies, but I just saw previous movies and it wasn't in there. So I'm like, oh snap! Well, that was strictly Alien Isolation, which means that like this was taken from Isolation. I was like, so he's played that. And then I saw, he tweeted this, and like he put it in there because he, like it was like kind of like a, it was for people like me who saw it and were like, holy crap, that's from Isolation. So like I love that stuff. Like, and he was like, if you see this, danger is imminent. So I was like, yes, you're so right. Because every time you go to a safe station, like save now because something is about to happen. And I've played Isolation on easy, medium, and hard mode. So I know the difference in difficulty. I haven't played Nightmare because I already know I'm gonna die super early, and I don't feel like having to start the game all over again. We're just not doing that because I would go insane. I can't do it. So yeah, this is such a cool like thing. When I tell you like my tear ducts watered when I saw that reference. I was like, no, he didn't. I was so hyped. Like this is what happens when an actual fan makes a movie and he does it right and he includes the best details from it. Like so good. Hold on, change something on my TV right quick. Yeah, like so psyched that he did that. Oh my god, like I'm still gagged. I was like, no way. Like now I want to see it again because I saw it once, but then I saw on Google Images that it was in other places as well. I was like, holy crap, I need to see it again so I can find the other places. Also, the ship, the Remus Romulus ship was very like Sevastopol. Is it Sevastopol or Sevastopol? Sevastopol. Yeah, Sevastopol Station. It was very Sevastopol Station, but it wasn't as big as Sevastopol. But like the set design was amazing, y'all. It was great. I he just did a great job. Like I said, I'm super biased because I saw it in IMAX in a theater by myself. So, like I had a cool ass experience. Um, I can't really just I don't know. When I came out, I was stunned by how good it was. I was like, holy crap! Even the end. I know people might not even people might. There's probably gonna be people out there who don't really like the ending, or they just thought it was kind of pushed in there. But I I see your point, and I can definitely see where you're coming from with that because movies do that all the time. But like when you think about how the android that was resembling Ash from Alien, which also I know some people are probably not taking too kindly to that either. I don't really care. I saw him, I was like, oh, okay, reference. um and he had a big role in it. Like it's not like he was just there for like 2 minutes to guide them or just be a villain for like 2 minutes. Like no, he was a vital villain throughout it. So he was meant to be there, and like it makes sense that Wayland Utani would create another version of him. It makes total sense because they're psychopaths. So what they did, even if you weren't too big a fan of it, you saw how it fit in, and that's why I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't mind it. What point was I trying to make before? What was I trying to make? I lost my train of thought. Oh well. But also I I feel like in this movie, I feel like the synthetic was basically the heart of the movie, and I feel like that actor did an amazing job. I forgot his name, but I think he was the standout in that whole movie. He did a great job because he was the only person who had to play like two different characters. So he plays, regular, Andy, an older synthetic model who his machinery ends up being a lot better than the more evil version on the ship. But when he switches, like when they have to switch his module out for that other one, oh boy, I lived for it. Even though he became heartless as a mother. Like I lived for that. I was like, yes, please write this concept. I thought it was amazing. Let me move this out the way. I thought it was I loved it. I thought he did a great job of showing the duality of the android models and the difference between like why he was better as is instead of the newer model on the ship, because we don't need any ashes, we don't need any what was David Fassbender? Davids. We don't need any Davids from Prometheus. Like, but then you saw him become like a David, and that's not his original programming. So you see him at first, and he's a synthetic you're rooting for the first time ever. Maybe besides Bishop from Aliens, but like synthetics are rarely portrayed positively in this franchise. So he did a great job um, with that actor. Like Andy was, the movie wouldn't have been the same without Andy. especially evil Andy. I love that scene when that scene when they're escaping from the face huggers. After it doesn't, they receive the call from the sister, and they get frightened, and that they have to start running because the face huggers, they catch on to them. When he runs and he slides through, and Andy is closing that door on him, because he doesn't give a damn. If you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. And when he slides in, like at the very last second, like millisecond, and she's like, "Dude, you almost closed it on him. Like if he didn't make it, he would have been dead." He was like, "I know, right? It was perfect timing." Like it was a totally it's a psychotic answer too. I was like, "Oh my god, I love this evil Andy." Oh my god, I thought it was so good. I thought it was amazing how he portrayed the duality of the synthetics. It was I love, and then the part where the sister is trying to run away from the xenomorph, and they see her, and they're like, "Andy, open the door." And he's about to, and then he realizes that the alien is in there, and he's like, mm-mm. And then he just has this face that doesn't move at all. Like, normally the synthetics will show emotion in other alien films, but he just stood there and he was like, and they're just like the brother is pleading with him, like he got on his knees. He was like, "Andy, please, like, please open the door for my sister. Like, I'm begging you." And he's just like, "I cannot." Like, it was so heartless. Like, they really pushed how evil in comparison the new programming is to the original models, and I think they did a great job with that. That was one of the I think that was one of the best parts that kept the movie going, in my opinion. So we loved Andy in that regard. I had no idea he was going to be such a vital part of that movie. So they did a great job with that too. Like, you really can tell that Fede Alvarez is a fan. Um, so yeah, let me know that you're listening in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the movie. Let me know your pros and your cons. I see a couple people in. So, like, if you're dropping in, please say hello. I've been talking to myself for 45 minutes, so I'd appreciate it. So yeah, let me know. Like, I really want to know what you thought of the movie. Like, converse. I have some other fun things coming up. We're gonna do a ranking system. I have a tier maker, and we're about to get into my rankings of the movies, which also includes Alien Isolation. So it's going to be all the movies plus the AVPs. I love Alien versus Predator, and this list does have both, and we're going to put those in the rankings as well. So we're going to do that, and it includes Alien Isolation. And I think I should, because it's better than literally half of the movies, possibly all. Actually, no, I think Alien Isolation is better than all of the movies. I think so. If you haven't played Isolation, play it. It puts you in the universe. Like, you are scared. Like, I had never been so scared playing there in any type of alien situation at all. That's not a game you want to be Jumanji'd into. That whole universe is something you don't want to be Jumanji'd into, but definitely not Alien Isolation, because you are not surviving. They made that alien, like, AI smart as heck. But it does have one weakness though, and it's related to the alien's AI. We'll get into that though. We'll get into that. What else were my positives? Yes, the face huggers were scary. Like, they were the most terrifying and relentless they've ever been. Like, usually they're just kind of, like, they latch on to do their thing, and they move away. They want to attack you, but like, these ones were salivating. Did you see that? They were like low key growling. They were like making twitchy noises. They were salivating. Like, they wanted them. Like, I loved the practical effects for that. That was amazing. Um, and I think the best scene of the movie, yeah, one of the best scenes of the movie is when they're walking. Besides, oh yeah, yeah, the some of the best parts of the movie are the facehugger parts for sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna say that because the first scene when they're in that the room trying to get the thing they need for the cryo grid for the cryo chambers, that red lit room, um when Andy just like when he's going through that rebooting, and he's just like, and then that's when the things attack. Like that's a great scene. And then the scene where they raise the body temperature to 98.6, and they have to be as calm as possible. Otherwise they'll tag on to him. I thought that was like both scenes were really well done. I think the more enjoyable one was them trying to get through the passage with the face huggers in it. And I thought it was a brilliant idea to raise the body temperatures up, because I don't know if I would have thought of that. I probably would have in the high pressure situation, but there's no way of knowing. There's really no way of knowing how smart anyone will be in a situation like that. So that's why you can't judge. But let's see. Yes, similarities to Alien Isolation, Safe Station. Yes, really great. Because I was hoping that it was going to be similar to Alien Isolation. I said it in the trailer when the trailer came out. I was like, please have like some Alien Isolation esque qualities about yourself, and it really did. And they included the save station. Like I said, it was great. I like, as an Alien Isolation fan, someone who's played that game 3 times on easy, medium, and hard mode, and still been scared every time. Even the game modes that I can't even get through sometimes, and nightmare mode, like I'm still too scared to play it. Like I already know I'm gonna die early. But yeah, like it's a great game. This was a great movie, and it paid homage to the right parts of the franchise. And even watching Aliens today, Aliens Fireteam Elite, the game, one of my favorite games ever. It was heavily influenced by Aliens. Like the whole colonial marine aspect, and going to different to planets to eradicate xenomorph threats, and like the whole movie is based off of Aliens. I mean, it has its own storyline, but obviously, like with the whole soldiers, and like the different types, and the guns, and the weapons, and the outfits, like taken purely from Aliens, and that's why it was so good. So like when the movies are done right, they're done right. But I will say Romulus. There's gonna be people who always keep the first two as the top two, but in my humble opinion, I truly believe that Romulus is the scariest alien film of them all. It is the scariest. People probably won't say it's the best, and that's their opinion. And I'm still trying to figure out whether it's the best. I have to give it a second watch, like I gave the other two. But even from my initial viewing, I Romulus is the scariest one. I think it's the one that keeps you on your toes the most. Like objectively speaking, in my subjective opinion, I objectively feel that it was the scariest one. And yeah, that's just true tea of all the movies. Besides the Isolation, the game. But let's see. I think that's all of my pros. But yeah, and let me know in the comments what your pros and cons are. But I think now we're going to get into ranking. So I'm going to share my screen, and hold on. Let's share the screen. And create an aliens movie. Yep, share. All right. So let's see. So we have Prometheus, Aliens, Alien 3, AVP 1, Romulus, AVP 2, which, Alien Covenant, which I saw like a couple weeks ago. Of like, again, like I've seen all of these movies at least once. Or twice for majority of them, but I saw a couple of them once, and I already have my opinions for those, because they just were not good. So, oh yeah, Covenant, Resurrection, Isolation, and the first Alien. So starting with Prometheus, like I said, was my first Alien movie ever. Because I think I was just being nosy, and I was watching it, and I found out through watching it that it is, like a Alien prequel. So I was like, oh, okay. So it wasn't hard for me to grasp the rest of the Alien movies, because I had already seen the prequel at that point, and so I already had an understanding. Also, Fireteam Elite touches on the engineers, as well. So like I was getting a lot of prequel information before watching the main movies, so it wasn't hard for me to get into that universe. But with Prometheus, I mean, if we're talking like purely based off of like alien content, there basically is none, but it does have good scenes. Like I genuinely think it's a solid movie. I think I'm gonna put it in the uh, I want to say C. I'm gonna give it a high C, a high C orange. I'm gonna give it a C plus because it's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while though. I'm trying to remember the best scenes. Yeah, that they do go in the engineer scene. Um, the dude that gets attacked when she has to. Oh yeah, when she has to take out I think the best scene is her having to go into the medical thing and like take the what is it? David did something. I feel like David did something to her, and she had to take it out herself, and then she had to staple her own body back up. It was crazy. That I think that was like the best scene in the whole movie. The movie is pretty good, and I do like the movie. I just haven't seen it in a while, and compared to some other ones, it's definitely in that average. It's really like an average movie in terms of the franchise, and there really is like no alien in it, but you do get some engineer um like introduction stuff like that, which is important. So I'm gonna put Prometheus as a high, like a C plus. I think I'm gonna give it a C plus. Aliens, I think I'm gonna give it. See, I would give it let me see. Do I want to put an A? It's definitely it's. I can see how people say it's the best one. Because it is really good, and like I love the whole colonial. I love the colonial marines. um, and then the alien queen. Practical effects are good. Acting is good. Well, acting is fine. It's decent. Acting is decent. Um, I watched it today, and I feel like if I saw Romulus again, I would still get some of those terrors, like, oh my god. Like when I was watching Aliens today, knowing that I saw it already and I knew, what was gonna happen, I kind of just stood there plain face. Not too many things, it's a good movie objectively, but like seeing it again, I wasn't totally wild, so I'm not gonna put it in S tier. I'm gonna keep it at A because yes, it is definitely one of the best. Um, I think I'm gonna keep it there for now. See if anything changes. Alien 3 is garbage. It's a D. If you haven't seen it, I don't like it at all. Like I literally stood there. I was like, I feel like I wasted 2 hours watching it, especially like with the storyline. Like, how can you come off of Aliens and just go into what they went into? Like, they literally killed off everybody. Like the little girl, the soldier, Colonel Hicks, yeah, is his name. Bishop, like they got rid of all of them. So it was literally just her on this planet with a bunch of criminals. And I was like, and I can see how the concept would work, and they had potential, but like it was horrible. And the CGI, like the alien was barely there, like it was mostly CGI. I kind of hated it. It wasn't good at all. It's the worst one, in my opinion. I think I would see everything else here before I saw that one again. I think I can stand on that because I was already annoyed when they killed off everybody. I was like, I thought it was gonna be like her and the little girl and the colonel and the synthetic. They all are they continue on in this movie and they have to do whatever they had to do. But I was like, y'all literally just left Sigourney Weaver all by herself again, and on a planet with people that you're not rooting for. And like that's the main thing in Hollywood. You got to give us something to root for. Like, I mean, even if like this is my this is why Death Note is so good, because in Death Note, the anime, you're rooting for everyone but Light. Like Light is the main character, and yet you just want his downfall to come so quickly. But and it's like, and you're strong. I was strongly for it. I was like, oh, didn't get his ass because he's playing God. He just has the supreme God complex, and he has no right. Like, he has no right to be the psychopath that he is, but he just is. And oh, speaking of which, I do have the actual Death Note, so don't play with me. Yes, I do have the Death Note, which has the directions in it and everything. I got it at Otakon, the DC Anime Con, like last month, and it has the names in it and everything. Hold on, just a little side thing. Like, it has the names, and yeah, don't play with me because there's extra space to write stuff. Yeah, but the thing about Death Note is like you rooted for everyone to get him, but he's so freaking smart and higher than thou. Like, you're just rooting for his downfall, and it's like he's the main character, and yet he's the villain. You're seeing this from the villain's point of view, and I loved it. Not to mention, it's just one of the most well written things ever I've seen. But yeah, Death Note's great. But I wasn't rooting for anyone in Alien 3. She's on like a planet full of men who, know they're horrible, and they take this fake ass vow to not covet stuff and whatever, but like obviously it's a weak ass bond because as soon as she comes, she triggers all kinds of stuff. Like, I did not like it one bit. Then you killed off the one dude that she like was actually, showing her some respect. Like, I did not expect him to kill him. I mean, that's good TV or whatever, but I didn't like it. It was trash. It's a D. I'd give it a F if I could, but it's a D. It's a supreme. It's like a D minus. It's a D minus. AVP is one of my favorite movies, and I'll tell you why. Quality wise, it's a B. It is, but it's one of my favorite movies because, so, like I said, my birthday is October 10th, and uh in the beginning they talk about the predator, like, alien catching ceremony that happens every 100 years, and it happens on October 10th. So the first time I saw that, I was like, oh my god, this is one of my favorite movies, like, immediately. So I'm super biased about it. If you hate the movie, then you hate the movie. I can't stop you, but I have a connection to this movie that can't go away. So also, I love the movie anyway. I think it's a great. I genuinely like this movie. So that's just it. It is what it is. Also, I think that's one of the first. I mean, for the time period, that's 2004. Like, I don't think there was a. I think that was the first time there was really like a black female lead in a really big budget horror film. So I think that was a really overlooked quality about that movie. So I also like that. But I love the movie. I love Predator. I love Alien. I think I liked Predator before I liked Alien, but I've always loved AVP. So I think quality wise, yeah, it's definitely like a B for me. But it's always an A in my mind. But I'm gonna be objective here and put it at a B because I genuinely like it. Romulus is most definitely an A, and I think I enjoyed it more than Aliens. To be frank, I enjoyed it more than Aliens, especially after seeing Aliens again today. I was like, yeah, it's cute or whatever. It's a good movie, but like I think when I first watched Aliens, I don't think I had too many reactions watching it. Like, it was a good movie. I was like, okay, I see what people are talking about. But yeah, like Romulus was, like I said, in my opinion, it's the most terrifying one. So that's gonna keep its rating. I'm not gonna put it in S tier because something else belongs there. AVP Requiem, I did not like. It's better than Aliens. Is it better than Aliens 3? Oh, I'm genuinely. Uh, I don't like the second one at all. I mean, I think the Predalien concept is cool. Get this out this. Why is this here? I think the Predalien concept was cool, like the mix of the alien and the predator. Um, I didn't. Oh, no, I hated it because I hated the humans. I hated the humans in it. I didn't like them. They were stupid. And then this one lady was like, she's like, what do you mean the government doesn't lie to us? Like, girl, where you been? Where have you been? Corruption is everywhere. Haven't you heard about it? Like, but I mean, she's from a small town and whatever. Like, the government was coming in. The military was like about to destroy the whole city. Like they got rid of all those people just because of the alien threat. And like they weren't being honest with the people, and the dude was telling her, and she was like, "What do you mean the government doesn't lie to us? They wouldn't do that." Like, girl, you would with the color of your skin. But never mind that. Like the humans were trash. I didn't root for them at all. So yeah, that's why it's definitely with Aliens 3. The question is, do I think it's worse than Alien 3 or not? The thing is, you're rooting for Ripley. You hate that she's in this situation again for a third time. Whereas in AVP, I just don't give a shit about those people. I don't care. But I love from what I remember, the Alien versus Predator thing was fine. It just was nowhere near as good as one. So I felt like I would see AVP 2 probably again, just to be clear, before I saw Aliens 3. Like I don't want to see Aliens 3 again. So I'll keep it there. Covenant, seeing it again, there was it's I don't want to say severe lack of alien because they have new aliens in them, and it is an alien movie for sure. And I do like a lot of the scenes in it. I will say some of the CGI is kind of bad. I mean, not as good as it could be. Although the alien is definitely hostile in that one. Definitely hostile. I do like that part. Um, let me see. David is annoying as usual, but he's very important to the story. I don't know. Let me see. Do I think Covenant is better than Prometheus? In terms of alien content, I would have to say it is. Just because there's more alien in it, you know? There's more alien in it. The scenes aren't bad. I'm not rooting for people, I guess. You know, whatever. Um, it's really not a bad. Like I said, they're both kind of average. They're both really in the middle. So, and I know audiences are torn on these two movies anyway, so it makes sense to have that middle of the road approach. So, I would say that I think I would put Covenant slightly above Prometheus, but I haven't seen Prometheus in a while, like I said, so it is stunting that a little bit, my decision making, because I did recently see Covenant and then Aliens and Alien and then Romulus. So there are just some movies that I have seen, more and recently than others. So, oh wow. Resurrection, I did not like it, but it was better. It was better than Aliens 3. Is it better than AVP 2? Yeah, yeah, I would watch that before. Yeah, I would. I'll give it a high D. I give it a high D cuz yeah, I don't like it. I didn't like it, but like it was um, better than 3, and I see myself watching it before AVP cuz like these critics were saying, they were saying that it in a way it definitely was more original than even Romulus. Like it has a more original like like uh plot, and I feel like if it was redone it would be really good. um I feel like if Fede Alvarez did a remake of Resurrection, I feel like it would be really good. I just I didn't care for some characters again. I just thought the scientists were super like textbook evil and weird, and I just hated that. As a scientist, I hate seeing that portrayed. Like the stereotypical scientists, they're just like super evil and, just weirdos. Like the one dude, Brad Dourif's character, like kind of like aroused by the aliens. Like it's weird. Like why would you? That's why. So like just stupid stuff. Like it's a bad movie, but for some of the elements that are in there, they are better than I would say the other two. I don't think the alien parts are better than AVP 2. I don't know. I don't remember. I really don't remember. But that's just my placement for now. So, yeah, we'll see. Alien Isolation is S tier. Absolutely S tier because I have played this game like I said 3 times. and each time it was scary. Each time. Now, I finished the game faster each time, which is a miracle. Like somehow I was able to finish the game faster on medium and then even faster on hard mode. But that's just because I knew where I was going and what I had to achieve. But like I the game doesn't get any less scary. Like because it's first person, it pulls you in to the alien universe. And it's you having to go through this. And the whole time I'm playing it, I'm just like, I cannot be in this situation. I would not live. Like, and I'm not tech savvy. I'm not an engineer like Amanda Ripley. So I mean, her skill set is the reason why she got out of there. Otherwise, if it's any one of us, we're gone. And that alien in the game is smart. The AI is very smart. I will say, so this ties into its only weakness. Its only weakness is what this one dude was saying about like the AI of the alien. Hold on. He was saying that, and I felt this throughout the game as well. I don't appreciate how it always follows you. Like there are certain parts where it's literally just following you and not like realistically it would be on other parts of the ship, like walking around finding other people. But it's like in certain missions, it's literally just like cornering you. And I'm like, I see that and it's really scary for that. But I'm like, why can't you just go somewhere else and prey on somebody else, or just like be in a whole nother part of the station right now? Because like I feel like realistically that would be more the case. But I don't know. So it's super smart and it really is trained to get other humans. Like it'll kill other humans that it sees. Like the whole point of like being able to throw a noisemaker stuff to distract it, like it will kill those humans, no doubt. It will kill them. It's not just trying to get you. But there are parts where when it's just you having to go through it, it's following you very clearly. And I'm like, realistically speaking, there's other people on the ship it could be going after right now, and I'm being super quiet. So like, but the game has the game, so I understand that. And like I said, I've played the game 3 times, and the shock factor never goes away because you can find yourself in different situations, and you can be killed in one point where you weren't killed, in a previous gameplay, or like in hard mode, it's harder to get away from it. So, like I said, I may finish the game faster. That's just because I know what I'm doing. But that doesn't mean I don't die the same amount of times. But like it's still scary every time. Even if you die, it's still scary once you come back to life and you have to try and achieve your objective. Like you're still just as scared as you were the last time. And that's why isolation just it's that top mark for me. It really is one of the most like it's one of the best horror games I've ever played. That and Dead Space, but and Isolation I read was inspired by Dead Space in terms of like the game quality of the game and storyline and stuff like that. So like it makes perfect sense. So yeah, Alien Isolation gets that S tier. Let me know what you think though. If you play the game, like definitely let me know your thoughts on that. But I am happy to give it a S tier ranking for sure. All right, so the last one is Alien 1. And after watching it today, I will put it uh, I think I want to say it was it scarier? Yeah, Alien was scarier than Aliens. Aliens was a lot more fun because colonial marines and guns and there's more aliens obviously, but like I think the first movie did a great job of having this organism that they just cannot beat, and they have to try and find other ways to destroy it. In the second movie, yeah, they're killing them left and right, and that's cool and whatever. But with Alien, it really puts you just like in Isolation, like you can't kill it. You literally have to hide or distract or throw some fire at it, but you aren't able to kill it, and it's really realistic if you don't have the weapons to kill them. So I think in terms of like scare factor, it's better than Aliens. um but not better than Romulus. Romulus was terrifying, and those aliens look real as f. It looked great, and they were much scarier. Like when they're coming around at the end, and when they're in the hive part, and she has to try and defeat them all, like with the gun. Oh no, couldn't be me, sis. Couldn't be me. And then when the friend sacrifices himself, and the alien pulls him up, and he sees that they're coming from that hall, I was like, "Oh hell no!" I'm just at that point. I'm like, put that little mini mouth in my head and call it quits for me because I don't want to. I'm not trying to be separated by a bunch of um, aliens like that. Like that was a scary ass scene. I felt really bad for him too. I felt really bad. I thought they were going to keep him alive, but they didn't, which I loved it. I loved how ruthless it was. It was super ruthless. So it is what it is. So I was like, I wonder who they're going to save and who they're going to keep. I was like, no, they got rid of people. They got rid of people you expected, and then they killed off people that I didn't expect. So yeah, Romulus is scarier than those two. So yeah, I know this would be uh not everyone's opinion. Obviously, this is just mine. Like I said, I'm going off of scare factor and plus the quality of film, like everything together. And I give so much respect to Alien 1 and Aliens because for their time, they were great and they still are good. Um but I think Romulus is the result of someone who studied those movies well, played the game and knows all about it and took the best parts from that and put it in this. And the only weaknesses were just other stuff really. But I think had it not been for like those little minor things I was talking about, I would, yeah, it's a high A for me. I said it was A minus. I have to watch it again, like I said, because now that I think about it, no, it's not a B. I give it an A. I totally give it an A. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's a great movie, especially as an Alien fan, and for someone who knows the references. Like, so for people who don't understand all the references or get the things that Alvarez put in there to be like, "Hey, Alien fans, you see that?" And it's not like a, "Hey, like, did you see this?" or like cameos or whatever, like things that are just put in there to be put in there. Like, it was really cool how things were embedded in the film, and I recognized them, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's so cool!" And like I was gassed to see it. Like I wasn't like, ugh, they did that just to try and please the audience. Like, no, like it was really well done. Like I liked it. Okay, so that's my ranking. So for S tier, I have Isolation. A, I have Romulus and the first two. So these movies are happening right behind each other anyway. So Romulus is in between Alien and Aliens. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And honestly, I'm fine with that rating too. If someone wants to put Alien 1 before Romulus and then Aliens, or if they want to do 1, 2, and 3, like I'm cool with that too. Like I'm fine with it being third place. I'm fine with it being second place. I believe in terms of scare factor, it's first place. But like, quality of movie, that's, totally subjective to people. So, um, it's whatever you think about it. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So speaking of which, speaking of new games, there's actually going to be a new Alien game out. It's coming in. Let me remove this. It'll be coming out in December. Let me see, December 19th of this year, and it's called Alien Rogue Incursion. And it's this lady who's going to be like, it's a VR experience. So that'll be my first time doing a VR game, and I really want to play it because obviously Alien content does well on my channel, and I'm excited to play it. Like I really want to do it. I just have to buy the equipment because I don't have any. I need to buy whatever it is good for Steam. So like if you have any, if you know what works well with Steam, like what VR thingies I have to get, like I'm gonna do my own research. But if you have experience with Steam VR games, then please let me know. Like even in the playback, I'd love to know what your opinions are for the best things to get. I gotta save money for it though. But I really want to play it. It looks really good. If you haven't seen it, definitely check out the trailer. It's on Steam, pre-list, pre like what is it? Pre-purchase. So I'm definitely going to purchase it, but I don't think I'm going to do it until I get the equipment for it. And I want to play it, and I need to figure out how I'm going to stream that as well. But we'll get all that sorted out. Um, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Oh, you know what? Let me, cause I'm on Steam right now. Hold on. Give y'all a, just in case you haven't seen it, I'm going to stop sharing that, and then I'm going to share screen again and pre-purchase Alien Incursion share. Okay, so yeah, so it's Alien Rogue Incursion, coming out on December 19th, and it's going to be about $40-$50. And let me see. Oh, the deluxe edition is the standard game, blue camo, armor skin, weapon skin, other stuff. So the story is it's going to be a character called Zula Hendrix, and she was a former colonial marine with a complicated past on a dangerous mission to rescue a friend and former squad mate Benjamin Carver. With her synthetic companion Davis-01, Zula must fight her way to the heart of the Gemini Exoplanet Solutions research facility. Oh snap! That was on Sevastopol. Oh my gosh, she's gonna be on Sevastopol Station. Wait, but Ripley blew it up. Ripley blew it up. So I wonder, is this before? Is this before Ripley goes there? Confront the secrets waiting with the Gemini Exoplanet Solutions is on Sevastopol Station. So this must be taking place before Ripley gets there. Oh, that's nice. I'm excited for that. So they'll be back on Sevastopol Station. Cool. So she'll discover new and deadly horrors that once unleashed could spell the end for humankind. Or maybe she's gonna be somewhere else and they just renamed it that. I don't know. But in Alien Isolation, there's literally a Gemini exoplanet solution like research thing, and I think that's mission 10 where she has to go in, and it's a trap, and the dude like bait is using her as bait to catch the alien, and like that whole mission right there, like it's that's one of the best and scariest parts of the game too. So yeah, so it's gonna be a VR game, and I'm excited for it. And we're gonna have the motion tracker, unleash a hailstorm of bullet fire with your pulse rifle. So it's gonna be Alien Isolation and Fireteam Elite basically mixed together. So this time I can kill aliens, but it's gonna be a survival horror. All right. I truly hope that it is of the same quality. Cause I played there's another alien game called Dark Descent. I don't know if you've heard of it. But Dark Descent is it's I it looks cool or whatever, but if you play the game, it's like you're playing at an eagle eye view, like the character is um uh like you're watching from an eagle perspective, and you're playing it like that. So I'm just like, I don't like that. It's kind of stupid. Like you can't run. You have to like guide the remote to like a spot, and then the person walks there. I don't like that. I don't know why they're still doing games like that. I mean, I am pretty new to the whole gaming experience. I didn't get to play much when I was younger, and I've only been really playing for like 2 or 3 years now. But there's just some formats I just don't care for. And that's just that. And I bought the game full price actually. So I mean, I'm sure one day I'm gonna finish it, but I don't like the format, and I was gonna record it too. I think I did record the first parts of me playing it, but I wasn't confident in posting it because I mean I'd have to finish the game. So I gave up on that. I'm gonna finish it on my own time. I don't like the way you have to play it. So, and I don't think that's an official canon either. Alien Isolation is official canon to the game, and I think I heard that Fireteam Elite is actual canon to the game. So those games are important for the storyline. So yeah, I would play those. Dark Descent might be canon to the game. I didn't ask the question, but I'm sure it is. But at the same time, I don't. you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, check out the trailer, or even try and play the game if you can stream it somewhere, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you like that kind of thing, then you like that kind of thing. I just don't. So, um, I technically haven't played every Alien game yet. Oh, also, before I get off, just to talk about some of the things that I have played. So, like I said, I do like I have mostly Alien stuff on my channel. I've done full Alien walkthroughs of Aliens Fireteam Elite. You can catch all of the missions on that. And I had I have the Ultimate Edition upgrade, so I have that plus the extension plus the other game modes and things like that. So you can watch all of that on my channel right now. So I have the full walkthrough for that. I have the full walkthrough for Alien Isolation. And that one I do so on my channel. Those videos are when I was doing it on easy mode. I played medium mode to myself. In hard difficulty, you can actually find that on my live section. I decided to play it live on hard mode because I knew it was going to be really difficult. And I wanted to experience it and kind of show, everyone me being able to play it on hard mode. So you can catch live streams of hard mode and regular posts of the whole Alien Isolation game on the regular uh, video format. And I also do, as I have Aliens versus Predator, the 2010 game, which I also liked a lot. It's definitely quality wise, you can tell it's from 2010, but it's super enjoyable still. Like, the storyline is good. Like, the quality of the game, I don't think it detracts from how fun it is. Like, it's actually still pretty good for 2010. Definitely, like you can tell it's slightly more retro in terms of video game quality, but I still think it's really good. It's really fun. Check it out. It's actually terrifying. It's actually pretty terrifying. I give it to him. Like I said, I love Aliens versus Predator, so I was down to play that game. So I actually played those games in that order. So I did Aliens Fireteam Elite, Alien Isolation, and Alien versus Predator. And it says the Marine on Alien versus Predator because there's three modes you can play. You can play as a colonial Marine, you can play as a Predator, and you can play as an alien. I have the Marine storyline on my channel, so you can check that out. Um, if I get a lot of comments saying to play the Predator version or the Alien version, I still have the game on my computer, and we'll see what it does. I may just post it on Patreon. Um, yeah, so I have those full Alien walkthroughs you can check out right now. I also have, like I said, extensions in game modes. So the Aliens Fireteam Elite Pathogen is an extension of the Aliens Fireteam Elite. It's the fourth section, the fourth set of missions, and I wanted to include it not as part of the full playthrough because it has its own title. So like it's an extension, but it has its own storyline. So like please enjoy it. I had fun. It's like them finding out, the pathogen, which makes an appearance in the Alien movies as well. Especially Romulus makes a reference to the pathogen. It actually plays a big part. So check that out because you'll get information about the whole pathogen situation. As far as Alien Isolation, they have a couple game modes, Crew Expendable and Last Survivor, and they are scenes from the first Alien film. So Crew Expendable is us having to like go into the ducts and try and like get the alien, stuff like that. It's actually kind of scary. And then Last Survivor is, Ripley is the only one left, and she has to try and do what she can to get to detonate it and all that stuff. So it's like really cool. I don't want to say recreated, but like because they explored a bit more, but you get to play as those characters from the first movie and experience the Alien Isolation feel, in the first Alien way. So those are pretty cool additions to Alien Isolation. So you can definitely check those out on my channel. They're pretty cool. And also I have 3 game modes out from Fireteam Elite. So I think there's 5 game modes in total. I have 3 posted on the channel already. There's 2 more, but I'm putting those off for a little bit. I think one of them is just kind of too hard to beat. Another one, I have to see if I feel like doing that. But I do have those 3 out. So yeah, these are all Alien games and content that I have, and like some of them say part one because they're like part one of like 3 or 6 or 12. So like, please check it out. I have a lot of fun playing it. That's where I got my shooting skills because of those games. I can play other games, and yeah, it's a good time. The Alien games are actually really good. I'm very surprised at the quality and dedication of the developers. Like, I know some games. I heard about the Colonial Marine game not being very good, and I did see clips that someone showed on YouTube about the glitches and stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. There's an Alien Blackout game that was a mobile version that was a sequel to Alien Isolation. I saw that on YouTube. There were some gameplays that were posted on uh, on YouTube about that. And I saw that. I didn't get to play it, obviously, but I saw the continuation of Alien Isolation, which was cool. And that was pretty cool, too. That looked like that would have been really scary for me as well. I definitely would have put that on my channel for sure. So, yeah. Let me see. I didn't get to play. What else? I think that's it. I think I've played all the super important games, the ones that I think really matter the most in terms of the storyline. And yeah, you can check all of that out on my channel. So I love alien stuff, but I also have other stuff like I've played. Currently, I have Dead Space remake and Dead Space 2 live stream, like complete, playthroughs. They're separated into different parts because I just can't play all throughout the day. But I have all of Dead Space 1 remake and Dead Space 2 available for you to see. Um, what other games? I have Inside, that really good game from was it Playdead? Something like that. And let me see, I have like an indie game or two in there. Exit 8, that Japanese game, that's a freaky game, that one. Um, let's see, what else? I have a couple videos of Doom, but I didn't finish playing it. Um, I'm still trying to decide whether I want to finish it, to be very honest. So let me know if that's something I should do, if I should continue watching it or continue playing it. Let's see what else. What happened there? Just check it out. Check out my channel. It's really fun. Like I said, I'm at 88 subscribers. If you check out my content and you really like it, like, please support. Like, I always comment or like any comments. So like, I'm very interactive with my audience because I'm very appreciative to have y'all. So um definitely support. Like, I would really love it. Having a gaming channel is it's a very competitive stage on YouTube to have a gaming channel, and I'm well aware of that, but I'm having a lot of fun. And even though I've basically been talking to myself this whole time, um I I know there will be people who are watching this in the playback, and I hope to have your support in the future if you even made this far into the conversation. But thank you so much for watching. Like I said, let me put my social medias back up so you can follow them. If you would like I said, it's also on my Mo the Scientist channel, so you can check out all of those. My Patreon link is up there too. Um, Everything you can find basically. And yeah, this was just a little video for Alien fans to come and discuss. Even though this wasn't much of a discussion, I'm used to it. I know I don't have nearly enough subscribers to have, usually I'm lucky to have someone come in sometimes, but sometimes I get lucky. But yeah, if you're watching in the playback, thank you so much. And I appreciate your support. I appreciate you subscribing, whatever video you saw that made you want to join my channel. Like, thank you. Let me know that's what it was so that I can try and find some more content with that. I just know that Alien definitely brought a lot of people to my channel. So I figured a lot of Alien fans would be excited about this movie and talk about it and want to discuss. So please let me know still in the comments what you thought. And hopefully I can see you on another live, or I can see you um, posting on one of my other videos. But yeah, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed the movie. I still want to know what you thought, like I said. And yeah, support my channel, Mel the Gamer, Mel the Scientist, both of them. But either one is also fine. And I will, I guess, see you on the internet next time. So yeah. Thank you and have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace out.